Hey everyone, I'm back from my trip, and this is what happens when I go out of town for 5 days. Piles and piles of makeup show up at my house, and I have to I cannot wait to play with all this stuff. Some of this I have on today, and in the next couple videos I will be reviewing all of this stuff. But this is what happens. I had, I think, 5 packages when I got home. Yeah, insane. So today, the Urban Decay Moondust palette, that's what I have on my eyes. I was not going to buy this palette. Look at the iridescence. I was not going to buy this palette. I'm not a huge sparkle fan. I'm not, big on the glitter, etc. I don't have a million of the Moondust individual eyeshadows from them. But when I swatched this out, at first I was like, eh, and then I kept swatching, every time I'd go into Sephora, I'd swatch it. I finally gave in and ordered it, and the essential thing I think that really made me start liking this palette is that I also bought the Urban Decay Moondust Eyeshadow Brush. This is just for Moondust, and I'm going to show you how this works. This really kind of turned the tide for me on application of this palette. So it has just the prettiest box. Look at these. It has, pictures of the colors on the back, and they've made them iridescent. And you know what? I don't have any highlighter on. Let me put some highlighter on. What better highlight to go with Moondust than the Moonchild palette from Anastasia, right? Oh, I feel so much better. Okay. So Moondust palette. This is a sort of it has a rough feel to it, the palette. It's not smooth. It feels like you almost painted it with some kind of glitter nail polish and let it dry, and you can feel the glitter in it. But I think that's really pretty, and I think it's a really nicely done package. So you've got these shimmery, galactic looking, insane, glittery colors here. I'm not a huge Moondust fan. I don't have a lot of them. I may start collecting more of them now because I think these are pretty awesome. So I did this today using this palette, and let me tell you, it made all the difference. This brush that I got, and I was not expecting that. So I went into Sephora today, actually, and I picked up this Moondust brush. It says E210. It says that this is specifically made to put the Moondust on wet. I did not put it on wet today, and I'm totally shocked that I did not have to do so. And that is because this brush is so awesome at picking up the pigment and putting it down and having it nice and thick that I did not have to wet this brush. Let me show you on the back of my hand how much of a difference this brush makes. So using the color Galaxy down here, which is a shimmering teal color, which I used in my outer corner today, I picked some of that up on this brush. I put it on the back of my hand, and this brush is very dense yet very soft, and it says it is all made out of recycled materials. These bristles are made out of recycled plastic. If you can believe it, they feel like just natural, real hair. It is very dense, but it's very soft somehow feeling. It's a very suede-like feeling. And so it really picks up this glitter. It picks up not only the surface glitter, but it picks up the underneath, sort of the background of the shadow, and lays it down. Now, on the back of my hand, I also used just a normal kind of brush that I have that's very similar in size and shape to that brush to show you the difference, how much better this Urban Decay brush is. I used this little It Cosmetics brush, and I used that and put a little bit of that Galaxy on the back of my hand, and you can see how much sheerer it is. It's a decent brush. It's a good brush. It just does not pick up the background pigments of this palette as the Moondust particular brush does. Started out with a good primer. I used my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I don't really think you have to use a glitter glue to hold this stuff down because it's finer than that. All of the colors seem to be feel equal in texture. When I swatch them, I'll show you that. I started out by putting the color called Lithium, which is a golden brown, all over my lid. Lays down really nicely with that brush. And then my outer corner, I put a color called Galaxy, which is a teal. And then out of my Gwen Stefani Urban Decay palette, I used a neutral sort of brown matte in the crease. I also lined under my eyes with another one of the neutral browns in that same palette. Then on the inner corner, I put the color called Spectre, which is baby pale pink. It has sort of a more intense bright pink glitter in it. And I got a lot of fallout. I have to admit, I had a lot of glitter under my eyes, and I still do. So I took my handy little micellar water from Simple, and I wet a cotton pad, and I went back and cleaned up under there. But then, you know, it continued to rain down on my under eye area, so I probably still have quite a bit under here. I did go back and put a little touch of this color called Magnetic, which is gorgeous, gorgeous violet. As sort of a transition between my lid and my outer corner. So here's how we turned out. I just didn't want to do a bright color on my lid today. I just was really feeling that lithium color, which is such a pretty bronze with gold in it, that I didn't want to do like purple or anything else. You can almost see, this purple is really lavender, and you can almost see it a little bit right there. I tried to put on false lashes today, would not work. I gave up. I don't care. I cannot handle them. I hate them. They just don't work. So let me swatch these babies for you. So the little discs of color that you get, the little pans are smaller than the individual Moondust eyeshadows, but I still think this is a pretty good value if you really like glitters and shimmers. Let me swatch these for you. Let me show you Spectre, which is a pale pink. I want to put this stuff on my hand with this brush because it's the way to apply this stuff, and I hate that. I would never go out and say you have to get certain brushes from certain companies to apply certain products, but this time it really is true. Spectre, baby glossy pink. Next is Element, which is hot screaming bright pink. I don't know, it's like copper pink, hot pink. That's a better angle for it. Magnetic, which is intense violet lavender. Oh, so pretty. Loving my purples right now. Lightyear is green, and I mean like green. Look at that. Crazy. I don't know, I really want to put that on, but I feel like I'm too old. I really want to wear that. Granite. This is beautiful. This is there's a couple of very wearable colors in here, and I'll show you. This is one of them. It's a steely gray. Lithium is another very wearable color. That's what I have on my lids today, right there, bronze. And then we have Vega. Vega is bright blue. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I need to do something with these two, but I don't know what. Galaxy is just gorgeous. A deep navy, sort of teal. Look at all those colors. The very wearable colors, I think, are lithium and granite. They're very, you can actually do something like semi-normal looking with those. So Moondust palette, I really like it. I didn't think I would. I ended up liking it. It's easy to apply with that brush, really helps. I almost think that as I'm putting these on the back of my hand, putting them on with your finger is probably the way to go. Moondust and the Moondust brush are made to go together. Okay, I have a bajillion products to review for you guys. I have that whole box full of stuff. I've got lots of things to review for you guys. Chanel, Tarte, what else is in there? Everything. Estee Lauder, ColourPop. I have more ColourPop coming. So I'll see you guys in my next, 50 videos or so.